Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I am stoked you're here. Today's going to be an interesting video. We are going to take the washers out of our Hinderer Jurassic tri-way system. I actually pulled the bearings and used my Skiff gauge chart and figured out that they're a 1/4 inch by 1/16 because they don't slide through the 3/64. They wiggle too much in the 2 millimeter. So I basically get the height by using the little gauge to see where the bearing will just slide through, which is 1/16, which makes sense because it's a Hinderer, because this is the Hinderer stock bearing that I'm comparing. Then I just line those pivots up, and that is a 1/4 inch pivot. So these are the bearings right here that I took out when I put in the washers and the steel plates. So what I'm hoping is we don't have a struggle bus video, that we have a sweet instructional video and me show you why I'm stoked to have as a partner and a code that I can give you guys, work with Skiff workshops and be able to show you guys and share with you guys the bearings that they make, actually calling them rocket glide rings. And I can show you some differences when we get into the actual swap out here. But there's a code that you guys will be able to use, the Javon 10, JUHVON 10, when you go to Skiff workshops, which I will make sure all that information is down along with Steve's contact information and way to get in touch with them, the website, the compatibility chart, and all that is linked in my website. I found out about Skiff from Lefty EDC a couple years ago and have put them in a ton of my knives. So it only made sense when I started the channel and the channel got to where there were enough people that might be able to learn what I learned a couple years ago about why you might use Skiff bearings to improve the action and the stability of one of your knives. And again, you guys be the judge. I just wanted to swap out the washers that I put in the Jurassic, which I like. The washer gives it a much more stable action, than the bearings did. And if you look at the Hinderer bearings and at most bearings, I don't know if this is going to focus for you guys, but these are a stamp bearing. So you can see the balls coming through that solid side there. And when I flip it over, you can see that the side cups over and keeps those balls in the track. There's a track on this side that you can see. I usually have this facing out and have this facing towards the blade. Well, with skiffs, and after I did my, and first off, before I get too far into this, because it probably will be a struggle bus video, I want to thank all the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all more than you know. So when we look at skiffs, and I've already sized these up. These are the 1/4 inch by 1/16 13 ball count, and I showed you how I used my Hinderer. It's my Gunny Glide. So when you look at these guys, you can see that phosphorus bearing on both sides. So these rocket glide rings do not have, I'm trying to get it to focus for you, it does not have that side where they're crimped. So to me, they've always been a much more stable footprint for the blade to ride on than even my Hinderer bearings or some of my higher end bearings. So, anywho, let's get into this Jurassic here because it has been on, and show you something I learned from Metal Complex is a penny will actually work very well on this pivot screw. I've got my Hinderer Etsy tool here with my spanner bit, but I don't think I'm going to actually need it in this case. Welcome to the struggle bus, guys. Nope, I came. Good. I thought that was getting ready to give me a bunch of grief. Hinderer hardware is fantastic. This actually had Loctite in it. You can see that Loctite will clean that up when we take it apart. And this Jurassic has had a scale upgrade where we took the G10 scale and the liner and swapped it out with this tie scale. All right. And it's got some grease in there. So we got to do a little cleaning. Ease up, guys. Let's see what we need here. We need, where is our alcohol? Right there. And here are, all right. Get my skiffs out of the way. And we are going to holy schmutz. Guys, I'm going to have to go get one of my little Q-tip things from Amazon, because that is nasty. All right, this is the lock side. Let's get it all cleaned up. Take our pivot out. Thing is nasty. I'll take that out. Let me get something with a magnet to get that out. Whoops. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, guys, to keep from having to struggle bus. See if my little stick will get that washer. We don't need that. And I'm trying to prevent having to get a magnet, but that may be our where is something that's magnetic? Guys, it would be no fun if we weren't having any struggle bus. You got to admit that. There we go. Get that out. Let's get this out. We'll clean that up later, but let's clean this blade up real good. This washer out. Whoops. Not on my skiff sticker. All right, guys. Sorry for that little sidetrack. See those little detent holes in the blade? I don't know if y'all saw those. I'll show you here in just a second. Whoops. Now what I'm wanting to do is make sure, since I've got it open, that I get the crud out of it that I can get out of it. Right, that makes sense. So I don't want any of that leftover grease that I was running those washers on. And I want, where did I put my little stick? Let's do this. All right. I should be doing it on camera, I guess, right, guys? Might be a little better. I'm just basically running this rag up through this pivot to get that crap out of the threads. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get our pivot pushed back through, and we're going to take our skiffs right here. I'm thinking some of my gunny glide. Perfect. Perfect. And guys, I use all kinds of different lubes. I will use Slickamol. I will use KPL. I will use Nano Oil. I didn't clean out that hardware. All right, kids, here we go. It's not pinching together. Hold on. I told you we get to see some struggle bus. But we will get it together. I assure you. And this is sharp, so I sure don't want to jack myself up. There we go. Let's do this. And it is not together, guys. It has not snapped anywhere close to together. There it goes. That's what I wanted. All right. What I'm going to do is get this nasty Loctite. Get as much of it off this side of the screw as I can. Yeah, it left the detent ball, but I'll have to get it once we get it back together because I'm not breaking her back down. Not going to do it unless we come up and something's wrong. Then we'll go balls. But I'm hoping that we are good to go because if not, it's definitely installer error. Because I checked the compatibility chart. Thank you, Metal Complex, for the penny trick. I'll link MC down below. I know you guys follow him. It's kind of a joke for me to even say that, but he did teach me this trick. All right. Perfectly centered. It was on washers, and these, again, are not broken in yet. But guys, that is why I like Skiff bearings in a big way. Rocket Glide rings, aka Skiff bearings. So I've got that pivot tweaked all the way down. There's no side to side, no up and down. I can go back and put a drop of gunny on the detent ball, and I've got some heavier weight if I want to get all persnickety about it. But that is what I consider a vast improvement in action. The Jurassic's got that late detent. But perfectly centered. Snappy action. I just went for the reverse flick and failed it. There it is. Whoops, that's where I hit my finger. I've got oil on both my fingers too, guys. Word. But that is a skiff bearing upgrade to my Hinderer Jurassic. And the cool thing about that is I have got an Eclipse, a half track, XM18, 3.5 inch, all riding on those bearings like this, these stainless bearings. And so I'm going to give these guys some time in my pocket, these skiffs, and give you guys kind of a follow up, maybe on the live Friday night. I'll tell you guys how it's working out. And I might have to get some more of these on the way and go for a few more Hinderer upgrades. But that, guys, is what I consider a success. And putting the Skiff Rocket Glide rings, the 1/4 inch by 1/16 13 ball, just like matched up on the compatibility chart. I'll put the link to Skiff workshop and to the compatibility chart in the description. But I appreciate you guys coming by. I am stoked to be working with Skiff because I hope that some of you guys will go check out the compatibility chart, check out some of these cool little accessories he's got, like the bearing indicator tool lets you know how to match up bearings so you know what you're ordering just by matching them up like I showed you at the beginning. Um, he's also got the little, I'm not using it for this disassembly, but I know you've seen it on Lefty's channel, the finger driver, the bit driver, where when you don't have that captive pivot and you've got a free spinning pivot, you can use the little bit aluminum bit tool to drop your 1/4 inch bit into to hold your pivot from spinning. I'm not describing that right, but I'll put a link to it, one of the accessories. But that's my XM18 original kit that'll go back in the Hinderer box complete because I'm not even using the bearings like I am in my other Hinderers. I put skiffs in it, and guys, all I can tell you is I'm stoked. I think they're going to be great. I'm a big fan. I've got them in my Wii Fornix. I know I've had them in that for a while. I'm going to check my F5.5. I've got the right bearings to put in my F5.5, but I have a feeling that I might already have skiffs in my f5.5. But anyways, long video. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. Glad it didn't turn out to be a struggle bus. I love you all. Oh, remember, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. You know I do. Peace.